Hi, everybody. This is Planet Earth here. How you guys doing today? You guys are having a wonderful day. Hello, Johnson. Hey, I just wanted to talk to you guys today. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I just want to have a little conversation quick. Just trying to find the microphone setting here. Okay, here we go. There we go. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but so just want to talk about this for a second and we have a bit of a situation, a bit of a problem. Um, I just got denied something that is supposed to be my right, uh, but that's not my main cause of concern. However, I'm very disappointed. I have no criminal history. I haven't I haven't been admitted to any facilities in years. I mean, we're talking. When was the last time I was actually admitted to any facilities? I mean, like actually admitted. 2000, 2000 and 2014 or 13, like hardcore. Anyways, guys, so maybe not even that. See, never committed a crime. I don't have a rap sheet. Not a felony. Never committed a felony. I'm not a felon. I've had so many bad things happen to me. I have so much bad luck, and I can't explain it, and I don't understand it. So I'm just trying to figure everything out because I was literally violated yesterday. I was violated. So this is no longer the country that I knew of the United States, former United States. This is no longer the United States of America anymore. This is no longer America as we know it. It's gone. It's no longer the United States of America. It's really sad. Our normality, our civility, our will of the American people, the current collapsing of, as of May 28th, our country is in a state of collapse. It's taking 2 months to get car parts, and that's on the best case scenario. It'll be longer soon. The people in our government, evil. Just all I can say is evil. I can't say nothing else. They are some mean characters. So you look at this. I got violated by the government yesterday. Hold on one second. I don't want to go into details about it. So I got violated by the government yesterday. Uh, I have no criminal, mind you, no criminal history. Haven't been to a psychiatric unit since 2013 or 12. Like hardcorely admitted. I'm not considered disabled. So I just the thing that happened in Uvalde and the thing that happened in Buffalo, the things that happened in Sandy Hook, the things that happened in Aurora, in a combination with the declining of law and order ish, the people that keep breaking into buildings, stealing merchandise, not getting in trouble for it. When we know 20 years ago you would get in so much trouble for stealing, now because people are losing everything that they have, refusing to work because they feel like they're being gypped, I guess you could say. They don't want to work no more because they feel like they genuinely feel like they're being gypped. So the economy is collapsing. It's hard to find jobs, even though the economy is collapsing. And supposedly, some people are desperate to find people to work. But when I apply for jobs, I get denied. So, how do they expect people to have a decent life in this country if they can't find any work? Because we are slaves to society at the end of the day. That's how it is, and that's how it always will be. The lower upper middle class, or lower lower middle class, lower class, I don't know, low class people, and lower middle class and upper middle class, they're going to start feeling third world effects in this country soon. The people that are in charge of the government are passing the most ridiculous bills possible, closing, stopping the most ridiculous things possible, crashing the economy, hurting the American people financially, economically, emotionally, physiologically in some aspects because of the emotional distress. The people that are getting so desperate that they have to siphon your gas tanks because they can't afford gas. And this is supposed to be the most powerful country in the world. But let's send a few $1 billion every, what? Every, let's send trillions of dollars for warfare, but let's not spend the money on the country itself. That doesn't make sense. I always say this, and I'm going to continue to say this. Maybe it's the Democrat in me. I don't understand how I don't understand how the United States of America spends almost $1 trillion every couple of years or every year on warfare, but doesn't spend any of the money to get Americans off the street. When millions of Americans pay billions of dollars in taxes each year of their own money that they get taxed for Social Security, insurance, and I don't see there's no common sense here. $700 billion in warfare, and you're telling me they couldn't spend any of that money? Instead, they spend money on surveillance, but they can't spend it on the American people. They can't spend it on roads, infrastructure, creating more incentives, putting more chargers for cars, for the electronic, whatever, the electric vehicles, having high quality unleaded fuel, having high quality diesel because of catalytic converters. And then they scream this bullshit. It's never about the people's welfare. I don't understand. I just don't get it. The politicians of America only care about themselves. They don't care about the people. And it genuinely shocks me that they don't. All these years since at least the beginning of our government, they have never genuinely cared about the American people. I don't understand how they get away with that, like in general. I don't understand how people just haven't voted nasty people out. And I don't get it. I just don't get it. The government was supposed to help people. The government was supposed to um, leave them alone at the same time, if that makes sense. The government was to only help the people in emergencies. The government is supposed to do for the welfare of the American people, in this country specifically. They were supposed to care for the American people, and they failed that duty for over 100 years. They have knowledge of insider trading. They make millions of dollars on insider trading. They look at people like peasants. That's not the American way. It's generally not. And I'm pretty sure there's only just a few politicians that actually care about the American people. They don't care about any of the American people. They hate them with a passion. Mitch McConnell too. Mitch McConnell's a fucking bitch too. I hate the motherfucker. He's a loser, bro. But what shocks me is how these politicians get away with these type of things, using mass surveillance, using um, pretty much guerrilla warfare tactics on the American people. Just never seen anything like that. It just baffles me that the CIA does experiments on people in the past. Like, why are you trying to do stuff to people in New Mexico? Like, why? And how is that even legal? I just don't understand it. Like, I'm genuinely being serious here. Like, I'm just coming from a common sense perspective. Like, how do you throw stuff in the air to see how people react to certain drugs? I mean, it's real. That's the sad part. It's real, and nobody cares. Nobody files a lawsuit against these people. They get away with everything. Maybe they think it's a game or a joke. Maybe that's why. They don't care about the American people. They don't care about the homeless veterans. They don't care about the homeless people. They don't care about everything becoming so expensive. They don't care. Roswell, I think it was either Roswell that they did some testing. I can't go into details about it because YouTube doesn't like conspiracies too much. Just look it up. Just look up the documents. It'll tell you everything. The operation that they did on Truth or Consequences, Roswell, and I'm pretty sure some other cities that I haven't even seen from the released CIA documents. I don't remember the name of it, but there was an operation that they did. I don't know if it was LSD or something like that. They wanted everybody high or something. I don't understand how they get away with that legally. I don't understand how they get away with that. And then you talk against the government. I'm not talking against the government. I'm just disappointed in them. But it's amazing to me how they can use their powers to abuse their powers, and you're going to jail. Yeah, or you're going to jail. You talk against the government, without being threatening, of course, you're going to go to jail. I mean, they can literally put you in jail for the rest of your life for no reason. Literally, if they want, if they really hate you. It just shocks me that how much they hate American people. They don't think about their lives. They don't think about their health, genuinely. They just see people as, I don't know if they see them as peasants, if they see them as ants, or maybe they even see them as stupid. That's probably what most politicians think of American people as: stupid, low IQ buffoons. That's probably what they think, genuinely. And they laugh. Like when you see all these people that are enjoying baseball games, when you see all these people enjoying football games, When you see all these people enjoying basketball games, they're just laughing in our face because they think they're low IQ sports. Even though they're great games and sure to watch, they don't care about that stuff. Think about it. They don't care about NASCAR, racing. The politicians, maybe they'll watch it a little bit, but I mean, have you ever really just seen a politician that goes to every single game? I've never seen it. At least I've never searched it. When they're off, you don't see them going to the games because they think it's stupid. These politicians hang out in multi-million dollar homes, some of them. These politicians hang out with billionaires. I mean, these people are rich beyond their wildest dreams because they have insider trader knowledge. And their families come from good family history, or they got connections, in the oil gas industries. I mean, they got connections that we could never imagine. They have money upon money upon money. They have the U.S. Treasury at their foot, most of them. They work for 4 hours a month with a 200K salary. Exactly. Imagine making $1 million in 5 years. Imagine that. So imagine you're sitting in an office, you're looking at some people sending you some mail. You make $1 million sitting in your office. You occasionally go down to the floor, you look at a bill, you never read the bill. And because you don't want drama from the other party or even your own, you just sign it. Imagine that. Imagine you're a House senator or a House member or a Senate member, and all you got to do is kind of look at the bill and be like, sign, I agree, I disagree. Yay, nay. And then at the end of the day, they don't even represent their congressional district. They don't care about their congressional district. They just kind of media size. Occasionally they'll call somebody that makes a complaint. Maybe occasionally they'll do something good for them or have somebody else do it for them. These people eat at lavish restaurants and they laugh at the homeless people. They keep screaming how much they care about the homeless people, but yet it's getting worse by the second. Isn't that amazing that our government does that? And the only reason I can speak for the government or speak about the government is because we have the First Amendment. If this was China, I would have been arrested by the time this live stream was ended. People don't seem to understand that. And I'm not talking bad about the government. I'm just disappointed in them because they don't care about the American people. They don't care. Look at the fucking roads in Tennessee. Look at the roads in New Jersey. Look at the roads in New York. They keep saying the excuse of, because it's cold and they use ice and salt. No, that's an excuse. The taxpayers of that state pay to have those roads fixed. They don't give a shit. Now, in Texas and in California, the roads are pretty nice, I'll admit. So there's a little bit more caring from some of the politicians in our states of the South, a little bit. And maybe some roads up north in Montana, those are actually pretty nice, some of them. But they don't care. They don't care about like Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, the poorest states in the union. They don't give a shit about those states. They don't care. But let's send money to a country. How convenient that they sent almost $50 billion. Imagine that. Imagine you're looking at your checking account or banking account and you get $50 billion in it. What you could do with that fucking money? I mean, you would never have to worry about anything ever again. And I'm not talking against the government. I'm just sad. It's depressing because these people have the chance to make America the greatest country in the world. They refuse. They are on their high horses. They get security protection. They get nice cars. They get nice houses. They get good incentives. They got good insurance. While maybe a few miles away from their home, somebody is homeless, barely able to eat, barely able to get food, get sick on the road, living on the fucking street. Imagine that. Imagine that though, for real. Or imagine a barely making it wife, housewife, widow, father, having a poor home, doesn't have proper plumbing, the house is falling apart, barely able to stand. Walls are broken through time. Maybe a flood happened. They're living in a molded environment. And then a few miles away, there's a politician that has access to the state funds and they only care about themselves. Imagine that. Imagine the selfishness of that human being where they have the power to make things better, like Detroit, Baltimore, but they refuse to help. Imagine that. Imagine how all these politicians in the House of Pennsylvania could fix Philadelphia, could fix Baltimore, could give incentives to fixing neighborhoods, the poorest neighborhoods, genuinely caring about the American people and fixing up the America itself to make almost every home in America safe, affordable, and livable. Nah, they don't care about that. They care about their wallets. They care about their greed. But they don't care about you. They don't care about me. It is amazing what greed can do to people in this country. It is amazing that when a company gives money to these politicians to sway the votes, to make everything worse for the consumer, but make everything better for the company. They care about profits only, and they have no intentions of ever caring about the American people. Or they probably don't even care about the politicians. So people vote these people in to ruin our country. It's amazing. Isn't that amazing, guys? That people actually continue to vote the worst people for the last 100 years. It's absolutely atrociously amazing that the American people keep voting the worst people possible. Hmm. It really is amazing when you think about it. Why doesn't my question is why doesn't the government care about the American people, man? Why? Why are they selfish? It's amazing to me. The FBI, the NSA, CIA, all these departments, NOAA, all these departments of Homeland Security, all these different fucking departments. They don't care about the American people. They want to spy on them. I don't know if they care. I mean, the U.S. Navy, the military, the Army, the SEALs. I mean, what happens if you get an honorable discharge? What happens if you get a dishonorable discharge because you did something stupid? So these politicians authorize, and the president of that current time countries authorize people to go die for them. Isn't that amazing? I look back on wars. Um, I did some more research on the wars. A lot of people died innocently. They didn't die due to an actual war against the United States. These people died doing their biddings in other countries. A lot of the soldiers, they died for senseless wars. Like when douchebag, what's his stupid face? The guy that lives in North Texas, the idiot, forgot his name. What's the stupid name? Blah, 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 blah. I forgot his name already. Yeah, I don't care about him. I really don't care about him. That's why I don't remember his name. Presidents from Texas? Oh, yeah, George Bush Jr. Terrible president. Worst Republican president ever. Piece of crap. So we really went into a war with Afghanistan for how many years? They couldn't just go kill Osama and be done with it? Nope. They had to stay there, continuing to make it worse. Just you know what's sad is the government taunts other countries, you know? The government taunts other countries instead of just leaving them the fuck alone so they could actually like us again. Nah, the United States don't want that. Why? Instead of chilling out and just leaving us to our own selves, which would actually will save us a lot of money in the long run, the United States has to be in everybody's fucking business. Why? They think they're the powerhouse of the world. I don't think the United States thinks they own everybody, even China and Russia. They like to taunt. You know what I mean? Like our government likes to taunt these other countries. But why don't they just leave everybody alone? Wouldn't we be safer and better off if they just left everybody alone and obviously defended our borders? I'm not talking about illegal immigration. It's already a train derailed a long time ago. It crashed and burned. But what I'm saying is, it's just weird to me that the government taunts these other countries instead of trying to make peace with them. And then we end up going to war with them. The war circulates. Innocent people die. Soldiers die when they shouldn't have to. And then the families are lonely and sick because they have a missing dad or a missing mom. Kids grow up without a mom or dad. And it shocks me. The only time that soldiers should be dying for this country is if somebody is actively attacking the United States. And that's my opinion. Yeah, look what they do, guys. They send out our soldiers to die for money instead of keeping them alive. They train them and then they die. What a great country we live in. The only time soldiers should be sent out to die for the United States is if there's an active somebody attacking our country. But unfortunately, they don't do that. Imagine the PTSD that a lot of these people, a lot of our retired soldiers have because of all the explosions that they had to deal with in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iran, Iraq, and all these other post-wars over in the Middle East, Ukraine. Imagine all of the innocent soldiers that died because they were sent out there. Isn't that sad? It shocks me that the government is that evil to send them out like that. It is shocking. It's shocking. They genuinely don't care about these people. And nothing will ever change. This country will always be this way because of greed and selfishness and maybe some psychopathy at the same time. You know, I always thought I had issues, but when I looked at the situation, I looked at it from a common sense perspective. Our people are great, but our country, our government only cares about themselves. They don't care about Nothing. They don't care. If they could, they just they wouldn't help us at all with anything if they could. Probably. I mean, look how FEMA responds in a natural disaster. They don't even properly help these people, and they give out the FEMA camp trailers, and the trailers were actually very sick. People were getting very ill, cancer, in the trailers that FEMA had sent out because they sprayed it with something that they shouldn't have. That's the government not caring. Instead of making trailers that are very safe or buying them from a reputable source, they made them half-ass and shitty. And so people that are living in FEMA trailers are sick, but they don't have nowhere else to go, so they take the abuse pretty much. That is sad. But let's spend billions and trillions of dollars on shit we don't need. Oh yeah, but I know that Republicans don't agree with me on this one, but they demonize you if you're a guy. They demonize you if you want food stamps. They demonize you if you want Social Security disability. They demonize you if you have mental illness. They write things against you. They admit you to psychiatric hospitals voluntarily. They arrest you. They put you in handcuffs. How degrading is that at the end of the day? Now, I understand about safety procedures for police officers, but just it's so degrading, and it's really sad. It's really sad. But that's how the mentally ill are treated. They get treated like shit. So, if you're an American citizen and you abide by every single law, you're still like a piece of crap. If you're a felon, they even treat you worse. They treat you. I mean, we're talking like like committing a crime, felon, like where it's like violent assault, felony assault. But let's say you stole some money because you were homeless, but it was enough to get a felony. You can never get a normal job anymore again. I'm not defending any thief. I'm just saying they never give you a chance to redeem yourself. Never. They never give you a chance to. They never give you that chance to possibly redeem yourself and remove that felony from your record, so that you can live a normal life. Now that is the sickest part. I mean, I'm not talking about like felony assault, but I'm talking about like if you had like a felony because you stole $2,000 or $3,000, you were desperate, you were homeless. In those type of situations, you did your time in jail. You did 20 years in jail. You did 15 to 20, 30 years in jail. I think those felony charges should be removed from your report. You've done the time for the felony. In my opinion, I think if they think that you're good, they should remove the felony and have it expunged from your record like it never existed. You served your time, so delete the fucking shit so people can live a normal life and get a good job and be able to get a house or an apartment with no issues. See, this is the reason why I don't understand this country. It's so bizarre. They aim to make you feel weaker. Yeah, that's how they get off. They get off on that. I don't know. To me, it's just a sad state of affairs that this country is in, and it's run by dirty people that don't care about the American people. I hope one day, whatever the future is going to hold for the world, I hope one day that they will treat people better. One day. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. They are so greedy. They hate American people. You see, if I was somehow a politician, somehow, I would help as many people as I could. If I could be a politician, because I want to be known as a great politician. I want to be known as somebody who cared for the American people, who fought for the American people. But now that we have all this division in our country, I don't see that happening. The Democrats and Republicans are so divided. It is absolutely atrocious how divided they are. It's all because the Democrats hate Trump, Republicans hate Biden, but it's turned more than just a little bickering between the two parties. I mean, this shit has turned into pure insanity, and nobody seems to realize that the current trajectory of our country um, is not good. It's not going to end well. I was warning you guys like a year and a half ago that it was going to get worse because I could see it. Another thing that makes it even worse to live in this country sometimes is the mainstream media. The media, they lie, and they openly lie, and they love to lie. It's like they get off on it almost. The media lies so bad on certain things. It's ridiculous how much they lie, or I guess you could say out of context. I don't know how to get away. I don't know how to get away with that. Don't know how to get away with that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go now, but thank you guys for watching.